Namaskar. This is the General Overseas Service of All India Radio, welcoming listeners in West Europe and the United Kingdom, Australia and New Zealand. Listeners in West Europe and the United Kingdom hear us on 7,550 kHz and 1,445 kHz. For listeners in Australia and New Zealand, this service is available on 9,910 kHz, 11,620 kHz, and 11,740 kHz. They're also available on the DRM modem frequency 7,550 kHz. You can also tune into our website www.airservice.org/connect.
Manpower without unity is not strengthened unless it is harmonized and united properly. Then it becomes a spiritual power. A quote by Sardar Vallabhbhai Patel.
This is the General Overseas Service of All India Radio. Here's a quick look at the programs for this transmission. Today's commentary will be brought to you at 11 minutes past 21 hours UTC, followed later by After Jamming Weather Scoop at 20 minutes past 21 UTC, and at 10 minutes past 22 hours UTC. During transmission, we'll also bring you our musical programs, devotional music, folk music, and memories in your telephone.
Be the first to feature on our website with comments and suggestions. Email us at gosesdair@gmail.com.
Tune into our airworldservice.org.
Connect with us on our page, facebook.com/air.gos.
Follow us on Twitter at the rate AIR1Service.
Our motto:
For the happiness of the many, for the welfare of the many.
This is the General Overseas Service of All India Radio. Coming up now is today's press review, scripted by Padam Singh and read by Lucy Gabriel.
Indian newspapers have commented on Pakistan scaling down its diplomatic and economic relations with India. Dailies have opined that the violence in Afghanistan has worsened as US-Taliban peace talks plod on. Print media has discussed crippling cycles of drought and flood with redoubled vigor. The Times of India, in an editorial, turn a corner, writes Pakistan has pursued a maximalist strategy against India for so long that it has few arrows left in its quiver. Now that it wants to express its ire over India's nullification of Article 370 in Jammu and Kashmir, many of those arrows are counterproductive. It has expelled the Indian High Commissioner, but it was only months ago that it was exploring the virtues of formal diplomatic dialogues for peace. Similarly, it has moved to suspend bilateral trade with India. But Pakistan has for long promoted its Kashmir obsession over trade, when the Indian argument has always been that if issues like Kashmir cannot be resolved at the moment, the two countries should normalize trade relations to create a supportive environment for settling Kashmir. As of now, trade ties are too minuscule to matter. Pakistan will also go to the UN over Kashmir. It has been crying itself hoarse at the UN for a long time and will not cut much ties. The world is out of patience with such tactics, and a failure to meet FATF guidelines on terror could choke Pakistan's credit flows. The Statesman, in an editorial, conflicting signal says the scenario is starkly different from Doha to Kabul. The primary goalpost of the peace talks in Qatar's capital between the US and Taliban was in tatters on the eve of what has been orchestrated by both sides as a historic pact for American troops to withdraw in exchange for a Taliban pledge that Afghanistan would not be used as base from which to plot terrorist attacks. This is presumptuous on both counts. The partial pullout of NATO forces in 2014 has exacerbated the situation further still. Whatever the upshot of the meeting, the pledge was broken by the extremist themselves with a car bomb explosion outside a police station in Kabul, killing no fewer than 14 people and wounding 145 more, predominantly civilians, including women and children. It was an attack on the entity that sustained the security network. The Taliban has claimed responsibility for what it said was a suicide attack. The intriguing aspect of the scenario at this juncture is that the militants have struck in parallel to the peace talks. The historic pact, as proposed, is unlikely to readily inspire optimism in an increasingly volatile swath of the subcontinent. The Hindu, in an editorial, cycles of extremes opines of a worrying pre-monsoon phase between March and May, when rainfall was scarce. The current robust season in most parts of coastal, western and central India augurs well for the entire economy. Aided apparently by beneficial conditions in the Indian Ocean, very heavy rainfall has been recorded, notably in Maharashtra, Gujarat, Rajasthan, the northeastern states, Karnataka, the Konkan coast, hilly districts of Kerala and Tamil Nadu. This pattern may extend into Chhattisgarh, Odisha, Bengal and other eastern regions. A normal Indian monsoon is bountiful overall, but as last-scale flooding in Kerala and Chennai catastrophe in 2015 showed, there can be a terrible cost in terms of lives and property loss and people displaced. The distressing scenes of death and destruction are again being witnessed, even in a rain-shadowed region. The collapse of buildings after a downpour has led to avoided death. What this underscores is the need to prepare for the rainy season with harvesting measures as advocated by the Jal Shakti Abhiyan and a safety audit of structures, particularly those used by the official agencies. In drafting their management plans, states must be aware of the scientific consensus that further rain spells may be short, often unpredictable and very heavy, influenced by a changing climate. They need to invest in reliable infrastructure to mitigate the impact of flooding and avert disasters that could have global consequences in an integrated economy.
That was today's press release scripted by Tamas and his values secretary. You are tuned to the General Overseas Service of All India Radio. We are now beginning with our musical program, Devotional Music, where you will be listening to Nath by Nisar Shahjahanpuri.
जबार गाहे वसीले करीम है विष्णु जबार गाहे वसीले करीम है विष्णु करे नवाज महिलाओं की पर झुकाती है करे नवाज महिलाओं की पर झुकाती है में डूब जाती है नजर मरा जो तला की दिल होगी नजर मरा जो तला की दिल होगी नजर मरा जो तला होगी दिल की कली होगी चलेगी दिल की कली होगी हर एक हंसरी में बस्ती की हंसाई होगी लबे रसूल तो आवाज़ें मस्ती होगी लबे रसूल तो आवाज़ें मस्ती होगी सारी जीवन को बाँचा है जमान को सारी को बाँचा है नक्शे इसको पूर्ण जिंदगी होगी नदी को इसको पूर्ण जिंदगी होगी सफिया हजरत अल्लाह के सफिया हजरत अल्लाह के गुनाहगार को जन्नत पुकारती होगी गुनाहगार को जन्नत पुकारती होगी जमाने से गरी सागर जमाने से गरी सागर
on our program Devotional Music, brought to you by the General Overseas Service of All India Radio. Please stand by for the transmission.
This is All India Radio. The news read by Prashant Kumar Sinha. India has said it is high time for Pakistan to accept reality and stop interfering in the internal affairs of the country. Briefing media in New Delhi, External Affairs Ministry spokesperson Ravish Kumar said Islamabad is nervous over New Delhi's decision to revoke the special status to Jammu and Kashmir under Article 370, and it is trying to present an alarming picture of bilateral relationship which is not fair. He said Pakistan thinks it will not be able to mislead people if there is development in that country. He said steps have been taken to best interests of Jammu and Kashmir. The spokesperson said Pakistan's decision to downgrade diplomatic relations and suspend the Samjhauta Express is a unilateral move. He said India has urged the neighboring country to reconsider its decision. Mr. Kumar asserted that Pakistan's efforts to link the peace deal with Kashmir issue have not worked. He said India has briefed other nations about its decision on Jammu and Kashmir. The spokesperson also clarified that Pakistani airspace is not closed. Only rerouting has been done and the airspace is operational. In Jammu and Kashmir, the situation is returning to normal as mosques opened yesterday for Friday prayers amidst tight security in the Kashmir Valley. Quoting official sources, AIR correspondent reports that people took part in Friday prayers in Srinagar and other places in the valley. Friday prayers were also held across Jammu region, including in Doda. The correspondent adds that National Security Advisor Ajit Doval visited downtown Srinagar and spent over 2 hours in the area interacting with troops and local people. He called on Governor Satyapal Malik at the Raj Bhavan. President Ramnath Kovind has given his assent to the Jammu and Kashmir Reorganization Act 2019. A notification to this effect was issued by the Ministry of Law and Justice yesterday. The Parliament had passed the bill in the just concluded session. The bill seeks to make Jammu and Kashmir a union territory with legislature and Ladakh a union territory without legislature. A Home Ministry notification said the two new union territories will come into existence on the 31st of October this year. President Ramnath Kovind has also given his nod to the Arbitration and Conciliation Amendment Act 2019. A Gazette notification to this effect was issued by the Ministry of Law and Justice yesterday. The Parliament had passed the bill in the just concluded budget session. The bill provides for a time-bound settlement of disputes as well as accountability of the arbitrator. It also seeks to establish an independent body called the Arbitration Council of India for the promotion of arbitration, mediation, conciliation and other alternative dispute redressal mechanisms. U.S. President Donald Trump said that he was not ready to finalize a trade deal with Beijing and signaled that he might cancel talks set for the next month. Mr. Trump told this to the reporters at White House before heading out on vacation today. President Trump's comments raised the stakes in the intensifying U.S.-China trade war. Relations have soured further in the past week after Trump announced a new round of punitive tariffs on Chinese goods, despite a truce agreed with President Xi Jinping. Beijing also responded by halting all purchases of U.S. agricultural goods. In Chad, at least 37 people were killed in fresh fighting this week between farmers and herders from rival ethnic groups. President Idriss Deby has said the violence broke out over 3 days in the province of Ouaddaï, a strategic area on the eastern border with Sudan. He was addressing a press conference to mark the country's Independence Day. He said that the intercommunal conflict has become a national concern. Eastern Chad is in the grip of a cycle of violence between nomadic camel herders and sedentary farmers from the Ouaddaïan community. Drought and population growth have aggravated the conflict. The elite police force of Bangladesh's Rapid Action Battalion (RAB) has warned that strict action will be taken against people who try to instigate incidents in Bangladesh over the Kashmir issue. Now to end this news bulletin, here are the main points. New Delhi asks Pakistan to accept reality and stop interfering in the internal affairs of India. Offer Friday prayers in Srinagar and other places as life returns to normal in Jammu and Kashmir. And President Ramnath Kovind gives assent to Jammu and Kashmir Reorganization Bill 2019 to make it an act. And that is the end of this news bulletin.
You are with us in the General Overseas Service of All India Radio. Coming up now is today's commentary, late roadmap. Prime Minister Lee's recap of development of Jammu and Kashmir and Ladakh, scripted by Padam Singh and read by Maria Albina.
Prime Minister Narendra Modi, in his address to the nation, described in detail the reasons behind the revocation of Article 370 of the Indian Constitution, which granted a special status to the erstwhile state of Jammu and Kashmir. This week, both houses of the Indian Parliament voted to scrap Article 370. Two new union territories, viz. Union Territory of Jammu and Kashmir and Union Territory of Ladakh, thus have come into being. The Indian Prime Minister said that decades of militancy, separatism, dynastic politics and corruption have played havoc. Mr. Modi said that liberation from Article 370 is a reality. The article was used by cross-border players to target the country and fuel trouble in the heaven on earth. Pakistan was responsible for the death of more than 42,000 Indians during the last 3 decades. Article 370 did not allow the laws of the country to be effectively applied in Jammu and Kashmir. The youth, women and deprived sections of the society were the biggest losers in the erstwhile state. The youth of the former state were deprived of opportunities and could not realize their potential. He observed that with the revocation of Article 370, the dreams of Dr. Bhim Rao Ambedkar, Sardar Vallabhbhai Patel, Dr. Shyama Prasad Mukherjee and Sri Atal Bihari Vajpayee would be a reality soon. The two new UTs would enjoy all the privileges and benefits as are enjoyed by the other states and union territories of India. The Prime Minister explained the roadmap of development of the two new union territories. Mr. Modi said that Article 370 was responsible for the growth of terrorism in Jammu and Kashmir. He said, with the revocation of Article 370, the two new union territories will see the dawn of a new era. The Prime Minister emphasized that good and transparent governance will be the hallmark of the administrations of both UTs. The Prime Minister announced a slew of new measures for the growth and development of the two UTs. He said the 1.5 crore people of the state will see the fruits of development soon. Prime Minister assured the nation and the two UTs that the government of India would be with them at all times. Mr. Modi said once Kashmir was known as the film shooting center of India. For decades, the Indian film industry has not been able to shoot films in the scenic places of Kashmir. He urged the film industry to take steps for shooting in Kashmir so that the ethereal beauty of Kashmir can be enjoyed by millions across the globe. The Prime Minister exhorted the youth and women to come forward in building the new union territory of Jammu and Kashmir. He asked them to take part in the upcoming elections for the Legislative Assembly so that they can be the stakeholders in the development process. The Prime Minister assured that the situation in Kashmir will normalize soon. He said differences were a part of democracy and called upon everyone to keep the national interest supreme and join hands in imparting a new direction to Jammu and Kashmir. The Indian Prime Minister said that people of Ladakh are very happy on being granted the status of a union territory. It would be the responsibility of the central government to take care of development projects in Ladakh. Mr. Modi promised that the two new UTs will see development of infrastructure projects like roads, modernization of airports, railway lines, hospitals and schools. He said employment opportunities will get a boost due to tourism and other ancillary industries and infrastructure building. The time is not far when both Jammu and Kashmir and Ladakh will become developed union territories. In his 38-minute address, the Indian Prime Minister spoke only on development and paid no heed to the machinations of Pakistan. India's western neighbor has been playing dirty tricks to internationalize the Kashmir issue. But this time, the global community appears tired and unimpressed with Islamabad's theatrics. It's high time Prime Minister Imran Khan learnt the manners in articulating one's development agenda from the Indian Prime Minister. The people of Pakistan could certainly benefit from this.
That was today's commentary. Prime Minister lays roadmap for development of Jammu and Kashmir and Ladakh, scripted by Padam Singh and read by Maria Albini. You are listening to the General Overseas Service of All India Radio. Bringing you now, this is our program Folk Music, and we will be listening to some beautiful Kashmiri folk songs by Asha Kaul and Rajendra Kumar. We've come to the end of our program Folk Music, where you were listening to Kashmiri folk songs by Asha Kaul and Rajendra Kumar. This is the General Overseas Service of All India Radio. Time now for our next presentation, so stay tuned.
India this way, India this way, India this way. From all walks of life across the country, the centre's decision to scrap Article 370 of the Constitution, which accorded special status to Jammu and Kashmir and proposed bifurcation of the state into two union territories. People celebrated the Narendra Modi government's decision by distributing sweets, bursting crackers and dancing to the beat of drums in several parts of the country, including Bhopal, Simla, Jammu, Chandigarh, Bengaluru, Ahmedabad and Mumbai. BJP MP from Ladakh, Jamyang Shering Nimgyal, welcomed the decision to announce Ladakh as union territory without a legislature and said the long-pending demand of Ladakhi people have been fulfilled today.
Welcoming this historic step, all the people of Ladakh are today very happy because since last 7 decades we are demanding to make Ladakh a union territory and directly linked with the central government from Delhi. And this will not only foster the development of Ladakh region, it will also boost the national security.
Our Ladakh correspondent reports that the celebrations broke out when the Jammu and Kashmir Reorganization Bill 2019 was tabled in the Rajya Sabha.
Ladakh is in jubilation over union territory status. All walks of people were seen congratulating each other on the occasion and discussing. UT status demand for Ladakh is as old as independence to the country. Including the political parties that have ruled the state believe Ladakh always received stepmotherly treatment by all means. Almost in all the elections, all political parties have promised to get Ladakh UT status on their victory. However, things started rolling since Prime Minister Narendra Modi visit to Leh in February this year, followed by divisional status to Ladakh. After the general elections, Ladakh is gifted with UT status in the first session of Parliament. With Angchan Dolma, this is Ramesh Chandra, All India Radio News, Leh.
Our Jammu correspondent reports that people in different parts of the region danced to the tune of drum beats and distributed sweets when the news of scrapping the Article 370 flashed on TV screens.
Even as Section 144 continues to remain enforced in Jammu for the second day today, situation on the ground is completely normal with people moving out freely. Private vehicles are flying in Jammu city even as at several places barricades have been erected by the security forces as a precautionary measure. Night curfew remained in Kiswar, Rajouri district and Banihala Brahman district. Meanwhile, Governor Satyapal Malik last evening reviewed prevailing security and law and order scenario in the streets in the aftermath of developments in the parliament relating to Jammu and Kashmir. R.K. Rana, AR News, Jammu.
India this week, India this week, India this week. Former External Affairs Minister Sushma Swaraj passed away in New Delhi on 6th night after suffering a massive cardiac arrest. She was 67. All India Institute of Medical Sciences sources said the senior BJP leader was brought to the hospital around 9:30 in the evening. They said a team of doctors attended to her but could not revive her. Sushma Swaraj had a kidney transplant in 2016 and had opted out of contesting Lok Sabha polls early this year for health reasons. Mortal remains of Swaraj were kept at his residence till 11 a.m. Later, they were brought to the BJP headquarters for the people to pay their last respects. Her last rites were performed with full state honors at Lodi Road Crematorium. A tribute.
A prominent face of women representation in Indian politics, Sushma Swaraj was most famous for living up to Atal Bihari Vajpayee's doctrine of winning people's hearts. One of the country's most respected leaders, she showed remarkable dedication in serving the people of the country and trumped her role as External Affairs Minister in the previous cabinet of the Narendra Modi government. She was the second woman to hold the office after former Prime Minister Indira Gandhi. Speaking on the occasion of International Women's Day in Rajya Sabha in 2018, she hailed increasing participation of women in all walks of life. Through her extensive views of protest, Sushma Swaraj had earned a reputation of easily accessible External Affairs Minister. The BJP stalwart took personal interest in resolving minor issues like issuance of visa, the need, and helped the Indian diaspora in the first time revolutionary social media outreach. Swaraj brought a sense of assertiveness in India's diplomacy and played a key role in resolving the Doklam standoff with China in 2017. She had also played a key role in India approaching the International Court of Justice, challenging a Pakistani military court's death sentence to Kulbhushan Jadhav. Speaking at the OIC Council of Foreign Ministers meet as guest of honor earlier this year, where India was invited for the first time, she condemned those who connect terrorism with religion.
The fight against terrorism is not a confrontation against any religion. It cannot. It is a struggle between the values of humanism and the forces of inhumanity.
Championing the cause of climate change at the 72nd session of the United Nations General Assembly in 2017, she said that commitment to protect environment is part of Indian ethos. Her digital diplomacy and humanitarian approach in dealing with issues of international relations made her a favorite in the Indian politics. However, ill health forced her to step out of politics. She had won from the Vidisha parliamentary constituency in Madhya Pradesh in 2014. Sushma Swaraj was a 7-time member of parliament and a 3-time MLA. Born in Haryana in 1952, Sushma Swaraj went on to become a practicing lawyer in the Supreme Court. After being an active member of Jayaprakash Narayan's anti-emergency movement, she became a member of the Bharatiya Janata Party. Mrs. Swaraj played a key role in strengthening the BJP across the country in 1990s. Swaraj was External Affairs Minister from 2014 to 2019, Leader of Opposition in Lok Sabha from 2009 to 2014, Minister for Information and Broadcasting in Vajpayee government from 2000 to 2003. She won Best Parliamentarian Award in 2007. Swaraj has many firsts to her credit, such as being the youngest cabinet minister in Haryana government in 1977, first woman chief minister of Delhi in 1998, and the first woman spokesperson for any national political party in the country. Sushma Swaraj's love for the country was apparent in her last words on a public platform, which she tweeted just hours before her demise, thanking Prime Minister Narendra Modi after the centre's move to revoke the special status for Jammu and Kashmir secured Parliament's approval. The BJP stalwart had said she was waiting to see this day in her lifetime, and see she did.
President Ramnath Kovind, Vice President M. Venkaiah Naidu, Prime Minister Narendra Modi, Defence Minister Rajnath Singh, BJP President and Home Minister Amit Shah and several other leaders have expressed condolence over the demise of Sushma Swaraj. In his message, President Kovind said he is extremely shocked to hear of the passing of Sushma Swaraj. He said the country has lost a much-loved leader who epitomized dignity, courage and integrity in public life. The President said she will always be remembered for her service to the people of India. Vice President Mr. Venkaiah Naidu said death of Sushma Swaraj is a huge loss to the country and personal loss to him. He said Swaraj was an excellent administrator, outstanding parliamentarian and a remarkable orator. Expressing grief, Prime Minister Narendra Modi said, a glorious chapter in Indian politics has come to an end with the passing away of a veteran politician. In a series of tweets, he said India grieves the demise of a remarkable leader who devoted her life to public service and bettering lives of the poor. Prime Minister described her death as a personal loss. Describing her as an excellent administrator, the Prime Minister said Swaraj set high standards in every ministry she handled. Prime Minister recalled her compassionate side as a minister who helped fellow Indians who were in distress in any part of the world. In his message, Defence Minister Rajnath Singh said Sushma Swaraj was a seasoned parliamentarian and widely respected, cutting across the party lines. Home Minister Amit Shah said Sushma Swaraj's death is an irreparable loss of the BJP and Indian politics. Mr. Shah said he has left an indelible mark in Indian politics in various roles. Former President Pranab Mukherjee in his message said, as an astute parliamentarian, she will forever be remembered and missed. Women Law Minister Ravi Shankar Prasad said she played a crucial role in taking the party forward. BJP Working President J.P. Nadda said Swaraj was an example of an ideal personality, be as an opposition leader or as an external affairs minister. Information and Broadcasting Minister Prakash Javadekar expressed his shock and said Swaraj set an example for connecting the common man's needs to the External Affairs Ministry. Condolence also poured in from across the party lines. Leader of opposition in the Rajya Sabha, Ghulam Nabi Azad said Swaraj was a great human being and will always be remembered. Senior Congress leader Rahul Gandhi described her as an extraordinary political leader. BSP Chief Mayawati said the demise of a senior BJP leader is shocking. Prasar Bharati Chairman A. Surya Prakash said Sushma Swaraj was truly an endearing public figure who treated every person with empathy. That's all for this week. We'll be back same time, same channel with some more events of the week. This was Lucy Gabriel from New Delhi and assistant production given by Savita Khera. Brought to you from the General Overseas Service of All India Radio. India this way, India this way, India this way.
You are listening to the General Overseas Service of All India Radio. Coming up now is a program, Great Maestros.